Avocados in mythology and medieval times. Introduction. The avocado, Persea americana, today celebrated as a superfood and culinary delight, has a history that stretches far beyond modern kitchens. Its journey begins in ancient Mesoamerican civilizations and continues through periods of trade, discovery, and symbolic interpretation. In mythology and medieval contexts, avocados held meanings that transcended mere nourishment. They were tied to fertility, vitality, and even mysticism. Though relatively unknown in European medieval culture until the post-Columbian exchange, the fruit's role in indigenous mythology and later symbolic adaptations provides fascinating insight into the intersection of food, folklore, and medicine. Avocados in ancient mythology and folklore. Origins in Mesoamerican mythology. The avocado tree is native to Central and South America, with cultivation evidence dating back over 7,000 years. Among the earliest cultures to cultivate avocados were the Olmecs, Maya, and Aztecs peoples, who imbued every aspect of life with spiritual meaning. In Aztec mythology, the avocado was known as āhuacatl in the Nahuatl language, a term that intriguingly also means testicle. This dual meaning is thought to derive from both the fruit's shape and its association with fertility and virility. The Aztecs believed avocados were an aphrodisiac, symbolizing love and procreation. It was said that eating avocados could enhance one's romantic or sexual power, making them a sacred fruit during fertility festivals and courtship rituals. Some ancient stories describe the avocado tree as a divine gift from the gods, bestowed to nourish the people with living energy. The fruit's rich, buttery texture and resistance to decay compared to other fruits were interpreted as signs of its life-giving properties. In some regions, shamans used avocado seeds and leaves in fertility blessings or ceremonies intended to invoke the favor of deities associated with growth and reproduction. The Mayan symbolism of avocados. The Maya, another great civilization of Mesoamerica, revered the avocado as a symbol of life and renewal. In Mayan hieroglyphics, avocados appeared as offerings to the gods, or as part of depictions of royal feasts. The fruit's tree was believed to bridge the worlds of heaven and earth, its deep roots, symbolizing the underworld, and its fruit-bearing branches, representing abundance and divine generosity. The Popol Vuh, the sacred book of the Quiché Maya, describes a cosmic tree that bore all fruits known to humankind. Although it does not explicitly name the avocado, later interpretations of the text by anthropologists and indigenous scholars suggest that the avocado could have been among these sacred fruits, symbolizing sustenance and continuity. Folklore and superstitions. In traditional folk beliefs across Central America, the avocado was thought to protect against evil spirits and illness. Hanging avocado pits near doorways was said to ward off negative energy or envy. The oil extracted from the fruit was used to anoint the body during purification rituals, reinforcing its symbolic link to vitality and spiritual protection. In some Andean legends, the avocado represented rebirth. Fallen avocados that sprouted new trees were seen as metaphors for the soul's return to life after death, an image that persisted in local storytelling long before European influence. Avocados in the medieval context. The absence and arrival of avocados in medieval Europe. Avocados were unknown in Europe during the early and High Middle Ages, roughly the 5th to 15th centuries. The fruit's habitat and cultivation were confined to the Americas, and it would not cross the Atlantic until after the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire in the early 16th century. However, once introduced, avocados quickly became curiosities in European botanical circles, admired for their unique appearance and rumored aphrodisiac effects. Still, the concepts that avocados represented fertility, renewal, and vitality were mirrored in the symbolic language of medieval European medicine and mythology. These symbolic parallels make the medieval period an interesting context in which to explore how new foods like the avocado were integrated into existing frameworks of meaning. Symbolism in early European herbal traditions. By the late medieval and early Renaissance periods, herbalists began documenting plants from the New World, including the avocado. The first written European mention of the fruit appeared in the early 16th century, but its descriptions echoed much older herbal traditions. Medieval herbalists, steeped in the doctrine of signatures, the belief that a plant's appearance indicated its medicinal use, interpreted the avocado's shape and creamy interior as signs of its beneficial effects on human vitality, particularly reproductive health. Though not yet widespread, the avocado was soon associated with the humoral theory of medicine that dominated medieval Europe. According to this system, health depends on balancing four bodily humors: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. Avocados, rich and oily, were thought to be warming and moist foods, qualities that nourished the blood and restored strength to those suffering from weakness or loss of vigor. Medicinal uses in early colonial and late medieval adaptation. While true medieval Europeans did not use avocados, indigenous and colonial healers in the Americas had long exploited the fruit's medicinal potential. Their practices were later recorded by European observers and incorporated into early modern pharmacopoeias. These accounts provide a glimpse of how avocados might have been used had they been known in medieval Europe. Avocado leaves were boiled into teas to treat coughs, menstrual irregularities, and digestive issues. The pit, when ground, was applied as a poultice for muscle aches or toothaches. The oil was used as a skin softener, hair treatment, and emollient for wounds uses, not unlike the olive oil cherished by medieval Europeans. In this way, the avocado found itself fitting naturally into the medieval worldview of healing plants, even though its introduction came just after the close of the medieval period. Culinary symbolism and ritual use. Ritual feasting in Mesoamerica. In ancient Mesoamerican societies, feasts were deeply intertwined with religion. The consumption of avocados during sacred ceremonies symbolized union, both of human lovers and of people with the divine. Aztec nobles offered avocado-based dishes to guests at weddings or fertility festivals, often mixed with chili and cacao, to symbolize passion and strength. The combination of avocado with cacao, another sacred ingredient, represented the harmony of the masculine and feminine energies, earthly pleasure united with spiritual renewal. In some rituals, women expecting a child were encouraged to eat avocados to ensure a healthy birth and a prosperous lineage. Early culinary curiosity in Europe. After their introduction to Spain and later to England and France in the 16th century, avocados were regarded as an exotic delicacy. Though technically after the medieval period, early European responses to the fruit retained the mystical air of old folklore. Some clerics warned that avocados inflamed the passions, while others praised them as gifts of the new world that could sustain monks on long fasts. This dual view, both sensual and sacred, mirrored earlier mythological associations from Mesoamerican culture. The symbolic legacy. Even after centuries, the mythic and symbolic associations of the avocado persist in subtle ways. The fruit remains a universal emblem of health, fertility, and natural abundance. In modern holistic practices, avocado oil is still valued for its healing and rejuvenating properties, echoing ancient rituals of renewal and protection. In literature and visual symbolism, the avocado's dual nature, its tough exterior and soft, rich core, continues to represent the harmony of strength and nourishment. Its mythological role as a fruit of vitality and love may be ancient, but its message remains enduringly human. Conclusion. Avocados in mythology and medieval times embody the fusion of cultural, spiritual, and medicinal narratives across civilizations. In ancient Mesoamerica, they were fruits of fertility, divine blessing, and cosmic balance. In medieval Europe, though not yet known, they would have resonated with familiar themes of healing, sensuality, and natural symbolism once introduced. Thus, the story of the avocado is not just about a fruit, but about the deep human impulse to find meaning in the natural world, to see food as medicine, ritual as nourishment, and nature as a mirror of the divine. From Aztec temples to monastic herbals, the avocado's mythic legacy reminds us that even the simplest of foods can carry the weight of history, belief, and life itself. If longevity is your goal, you're in the right place. Like, subscribe, and pass this along to someone who wants to add years to their life and life to their years. Got a healthy aging tip? We'd love to hear it in the comments. Thanks for being here. Until next time, stay awesome. Michael Luxier.